So right now I am testing the focusing of the FS700. Now there are a couple focus modes that the camera has. Uh, some are more clear than others to understand. It it's not really meant to be a camera that is used with autofocus, but it can do it, and in some cases it can do it pretty well. So first I have it in right now I have it set to manual, and I set it all the way um, to the closest focusing distance. There's a switch on the side that you can select between auto and manual mode, and there is a button on top that says focus hold and push auto. So when you have it in manual mode, like I do right now, the button uh, is used to force the autofocus to operate. So it's meant so that you are supposed to use manual focus, but whenever you want to force the autofocus to work, you just press that button and it goes to the target. You press it, it goes to the target. So now when you change it to auto, it's gonna do it by itself. Now one thing that the FS700 doesn't have is it doesn't let you select the area that you want to focus on when you use autofocus. So target selection is gonna pick whatever, from what I've seen, it picks whatever is in the center of the frame, and it also has some issues, but I'll address that later. So if I move this, it should change to the other one. If I move it, it should change to that. So it seems to pick whatever is in the center of the frame. So that's the two ways to use it, either manual or autofocus. Now the problem I found comes when you close down the iris, the aperture of the lens. So I'm gonna put it to, let's say, f5.6, f6.3, let's say. And here it's like it doesn't have enough, because the depth of field is more deep. It doesn't have enough contrast between the subjects to be able to detect it as a different subject. So right now it's focusing on the lens on the right. I put it to the I'm trying to frame the lens in the middle. I mean the lens on the left as being in the center, so that it focuses there, and it doesn't. It's like it doesn't have enough contrast to be able to focus. Here, still not focusing. If I change it to manual and then I press the AF button, still doesn't focus for some reason. I'm just assuming that it's just not able to find enough contrast to force the AF to go there. So it's still there even when I press the focus button. It doesn't focus. So let's try all the way to the back, and I press the focusing button, and it's trying to find it, and it just struggles. It just can't find that contrast, that separation when you close down the lens for it to focus. Let me switch it to auto. It still doesn't do it. Let's focus on the back. I'm not sure if it's in focus there or not. It doesn't seem to be when I zoom in. Let's put it here. Nothing. Now watch what happens when I open up the aperture all the way to 1.4, and there it finds its contrast. So that seems to be a problem with this focusing system. Because it is a contrast detect focusing system, it needs that contrast to work. Right now I have it it's too bright, so let me put an ND there. Right there it gets it, then here it gets it, so it's very good when you have that. So I'm gonna try to do this test again with the 16 to 35 kit lens that comes with a lot of the APS-C mirrorless bodies. This and see if it performs better, because right now I'm using the Sigma 30mm f1.4, and since it's not a native lens, maybe that could be an issue with that, but I'm gonna try this other one and see how it does. Alright, so right now I'm using the 16 to 50 kit lens, the pancake lens that comes with a lot of the NEX and alpha bodies, and I'm all the way at 16mm, so I have to get a lot closer to the subjects if I want to create a bit of separation. So right now it's focusing on the middle lens, and I'm gonna see if I can get the same results I was getting with the Sigma lens. So if I put this lens more in the middle, it does focus. However, it's too close to the lens, so there. Okay, I'm gonna put it here. It does seem to focus. Focus is there on the middle here. It focuses on the lens. Let's see if I can get the background, and it does focus, so it's doing pretty good. It's at f3.5. Focus not working. It's not changing for some reason. Okay, it's working now. Let's move it here. It's working. Okay, so it seems to work fine. Let's see if it works the same if I close it to around the same aperture as the other one, so like f7. So I am here, switch it to this one, focuses. So right now it's not really a good comparison, because at f7 the depth of field is really deep, so almost everything is in focus regardless. So I'm gonna try zooming into 50mm and doing the same test at f7. So I have to get a bit farther away. Okay, so I am at 50mm. If I change it, very good, very good. So maybe it just works better with native lenses. I'm gonna go all the way to f11, see if that makes a difference. It's focusing there. It's focusing there. Alright, so it works. I'm gonna go to 30, which is the same as, it's not telling me the distance for some reason, so I'm just gonna go halfway, try to match the focal length of the two lenses, the Sigma and the Sony. So let's see, here, focuses, 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 focuses. So it's doing fairly okay, it seems. So it might be that it just performs better when it's a native lens, because it seems to be doing fine now. The last test is I'm gonna try it with the MC-11, which it does work kind of, but not as good as either the Sony 16 to 50 or the Sigma 30 f1.4. So now I have the Sigma 18 to 35 with the MC-11, and right off the bat, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. I'm gonna try helping it to see if it does anything. Okay, so I can hear the lens operating, which means it's focusing, but it doesn't seem to be trying whenever I change to another subject. I can hear it working, but it's not actually focusing. So let me go a bit closer, see if it does anything. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. I'm gonna try to focus it myself. Whenever I do get the focus, it starts working. The lens, it starts moving, but it doesn't actually do it by itself. So I'm gonna see if I move the subject, will it try to keep it in focus. Nope. So it looks like it doesn't really work with the MC-11 at all.